Hey, welcome back. I'm Carl from Put My Pork Barbecue. Today we're going to be doing something that was requested by one of my followers. I'm going to be doing a 5-pound rib roast or prime rib on my electric smoker. Now, this recipe can be done on any smoker you have. It can even be done in your oven at home. It's a really good recipe. It's really simple. It's really easy. And at the end, I'm also going to make a horseradish sauce to go with this. So stay tuned. Let's get to going. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mix up our base rub for this. It's gonna be it'll be 4 tablespoons of black pepper. This is just a really good base rub. It's like an all-purpose rub. Okay. Now I'm going to add in we'll do this first. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. This rub is really good on beef or anything else. It's a really good rub. And I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of granulated garlic. There we go. This is just a lid off a mozzarella cheese container. Works good on a pint jar, and we're just gonna shake this and mix it up. I'm kind of getting this everywhere. Okay, now then, we're gonna pull this over here. And the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna turn this over. And our prime rib roast and everything has already been trimmed, and it was tied up by the butcher. And we're just gonna spray this bottom with a little bit of cooking spray. And now we're going to take our base rub and we're just going to sprinkle it on. Going to just put a good coat on it, like that. Now we're just going to pat it in. Now we're going to turn this over. Now we're just going to spray the rest of it. Just going to spray a light coat on it, like that. Okay, now we're gonna make sure we get this coated up real good. All the sides, real good. This is gonna make a really good crust on it. And that's what we're looking for. And this is gonna be wonderful. This is another part of the holiday cooking series that I'm doing. We started it prior to Thanksgiving, and we're just continuing on for Christmas. You know, after eating turkey for Thanksgiving, a lot of people, including me, I had enough turkey to last me for a while after Thanksgiving. So, I'd like to do something a little different for Christmas. So, okay, we got that done. Now, we're gonna let this sit here for a few minutes, and I'm gonna go out and get my smoker started up. Then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna mix up our next layer of rub for this and get it on before it goes on the smoker. So I'll be right back. Okay, we got our Bradley smoker heating up. We're using hickory pucks or biscuits in it today. And now we're gonna mix up our next layer of rub that will go on this. And we're gonna start out, we're gonna use 2 tablespoons of granulated garlic, because you can't get too much garlic on this, but this is going to be really, really good. And we're using another pint jar to mix this up in, and we can just use the same lid that we used off of the other base rub that we did. And now we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of paprika. I'm using some smoked paprika here, if I can get it out. See if I can pour a tablespoon out without making a huge mess. Okay. And we're going to use 1 tablespoon of minced onions. We're going to put in 1 tablespoon of ground coriander. Okay, there we go. And we're going to use a 1/2 tablespoon of dried basil. A 1/2 tablespoon of dried parsley. This is going to be really good on this. It's going to make a really good crust. And I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of crushed red pepper flakes on this. There we go. All right. Let me get the lid for this. And we're going to shake it up real good. Yeah, this is the easy way. And then the good thing about these, using these pint jars with this type lid, after you get through with it, you can actually put just a regular ball lid on it with the ring and then label it what it is, set it up in the shelf, and then next time you need it, guess what? Pull it out, put this lid back on it, use it. It's good to go. This is a really good way to do it on homemade rubs. Okay. Okay. First thing we're going to do, we're going to turn this over and we're going to get a good little coat right here on the bottom. Okay. And then we're just going to turn this up on its edge. Get a good little coat on it. This is going to make an awesome, awesome bark on this. Turn it over to the other side. There we go. And we'll get both sides here. Okay. And let's get it up on this side. Just going to get a good coat all the way around on it. Okay. Now then, let's get us a nice coat on top here. There we go. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. All right. Get a little bit more right here on this. There we go. Okay, now this is ready to go. We're going to get it in the smoker as soon as it comes up to temp, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, our smoker's up to temp. We're going to be running this about 275 to 280 on our Bradley electric smoker, and we're using hickory biscuits or pucks or whatever you want to call them. And you can do this recipe on any smoker you have, or even the oven in your home if you don't have a smoker. It works great that way too. I like doing it on the smoker because it adds just a little bit of smoke flavor to it. But just run it between 275 and 280 till you get to an internal temperature of 130 degrees. And that should put it about medium rare when we get through. So let's go get this on and we'll be right back and we'll start making the horseradish sauce that's going to go with this. I'll show you how I do that. All right, we're going to get this on there. Going to set it right in here. Now this is going to go right dead center. There we go. We're about dead center. We'll get this going. Okay, now we're going to start making our horseradish sauce. And what I'm going to start out, I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of parsley flakes in here. Okay. Now I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of sour cream, about a 1/2 cup. So get a 1/2 cup in here. Okay, that should be about a 1/2 cup. Let me get the spoon to get it all out of here. Now I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of prepared horseradish. There's one. Okay, there's 2. All right. Now I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of mayo. I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. I'm going to put in 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay. And I'm going to put in 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Yeah, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Okay, we got that mixed up. Now we're going to add in about 4 or 5 drops of Tabasco sauce. Okay. Get it all mixed up really good. Okay, we got our sauce all made up. Just a few minutes, we'll get our prime rib out. Let it rest for a little bit. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and just let it cool down and let the flavors kind of mix together. And by the time our prime rib gets through with its setting for 15 or 20 minutes, we'll be ready to eat. This is gonna be some good food here. Okay, our prime rib has hit 130 internal temperature. I'm just gonna tin it with aluminum foil real lightly, nothing major. And we're just gonna let this hang out here for about 10 to 20 minutes. Then we're gonna come back, we're gonna slice it up. We're gonna have some of this. This is gonna be some good eating right here. Okay, our prime rib is rested for 20 minutes. And before we slice this up, all we did to this, we mixed up some black pepper, salt, and garlic, granulated garlic, and used it as a base layer. And then we come back and we mixed up another rub with parsley and minced onions, granulated garlic, and a few other things. We'll have the recipe for all of this in the description down here. And then we smoked it on our Bradley electric smoker using hickory pucks till we at about between 275 and 280 degrees until we reached an internal temperature of 130. Then we pulled it off, tinted it with aluminum foil, and we rested. And while we were doing that, waiting on that, we mixed up our horseradish sauce for it. The recipe for that will be in the description. So let's go ahead and let's do some cutting on this thing. Oh my, look at this. Oh man. I'm going to cut me a little piece right off of here. And we're going to give this a try. Cut me a little piece right off of here. I mean, this is perfect meat. This is perfect medium rare. Well, that is so good and so tender. I think I need to sharpen my knife here a little bit. Let me cut me another piece off of here. And I'm gonna have to, I gotta try some of this on it. Oh, that's perfect. That goes perfect with this prime rib. This is something really good that you can make if you don't want to make turkey for Christmas or the holidays. Make you a prime rib. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than this. So I want to thank everybody for joining me today. And I want to send a special thanks out to all the men and women in the military that are serving around the world. And I want to send a special thanks out to all the men and women working in law enforcement that protect us and keep us safe every day. Thank you very much.